Phipps here, and I have never met Congressman Brandon Gill out of Texas, but I really like him. I believe he must be a true Christian. He stands about as forthrightly and explicitly for the Constitution and for our heritage as anybody that I've been hearing about. And he puts these witnesses that come in and want to talk about health care when it's completely opposite. And he asks them about how they prefer, what type of abortion do they approve, the extraction or the saline solution. And they try to avoid his question. They try to filibuster and take up the time. But Brandon Gill, the congressman from Texas, he holds their feet to the fire and is doing an excellent job. We need many, many more just like him. And until we get a Congress that's willing to put the people first, we're going to be in a worse condition. I am happy to see that it looks like that they are taking on the issue of insider trading by members of Congress and are trying to eliminate that. I hope they get it successfully completed. It ought to be done, and it should have been done years and years ago because we have seen too many people that have enriched themselves on just a congressional salary. And most of us know that wouldn't be possible to end up with millions and millions of dollars in such a short tenure were it not for the fact that they have traded because of the insider information they have. And I'm glad that the Congress is finally dealing with it. Friends, Andrew Phipps here, and as always, I am mystified. That might be the proper terminology for what we see today, and the nonsense, the utter ridiculous narratives of the far-out radical liberals who are taking over the Democrat Party. I think it's pretty obvious if you watch any news that the candidates that are endorsed by AOC or Sanders up in Bernie Sanders in Vermont, or Mondani, the far-out mayor, the socialist communist mayor that doesn't like Israel, that stands against biblical worldview to the core. These people have now seized control, and what's astounding about it all seemed like this wrapped up in a new kind of cloth, this new idea that somehow that socialism and communism may be a very benevolent type ideology. Nothing could be further from the truth. Karl Marx, Friedrich Engels wrote much of this in 1848. Karl Marx was a disgrace. He was a flunky. He allowed his own children to die. He was a drunk. He was a misfit, and any other name that you might want to give to him. Well, he talked about the collective state, utopia, where everybody would live in harmony. People would give according to their ability, receive according to their needs. Well, it has never worked out, and it never will, because it violates biblical principles. We were supposed to be working people, contributors. It was never meant for us to sit idly by and depend upon others for our food, our sustenance, our well-being, the homes, and so on. A man was to provide for his own household. The Bible said if he doesn't, he's worse than an infidel. So we have this new garbage, and they try to make it very palatable by appealing to the young people and people that have a lot of education. Those people seem to be lured by the fantasy of it all. When you study history, you find out at the end of World War II, when Germany was divided and Berlin was divided into 4 sections, nobody in Western Berlin was trying to get over into East Berlin. When the wall came down, when Reagan asked Gorbachev, tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev, the people in Eastern Europe were so happy. Many had risked their lives trying to flee from the conditions, the imposed government. When you get socialism, of course, at its core value is atheism. That ought to scare everybody to death. Well, they go further by trying to masquerade it, and all you have to do is look at the countries that have tried it. The poverty, the harsh conditions, the totalitarian states where it exists, like in China, North Korea, or other places. Look what happened down in Cuba or Venezuela. Those places had been prospering places at one time, especially in Venezuela, and they have an abundance of oil there, maybe 17% of the oil that we could use. But yet, their conditions were despotic. They were poverty, and it was like a sordid place where nothing was prospering. And I think that we have to realize that common sense must not remain quiet so that stupidity must not get offended. We have seen too much of this nonsense lately, and I think that here on the Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom program, we need to speak out, and that's entirely and exactly what I want to do.
Welcome to 2026. Like many of you, I have already started planning my reading list for the year, and I would like to recommend a special book by a special person. My dad, Andrew Phipps, has written his memoir entitled It's Always a Struggle, but based on his childhood all the way through his adult life and professional career. Add this book to your reading list for 2026. It's Always a Struggle, but by Andrew Phipps.
If you would like to add It's Always a Struggle But by Andrew Phipps to your 2026 reading list, you can purchase the book directly through the website at Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom. All proceeds support the important work of faith, family, and freedom that Brother Andrew has championed throughout his life.
Friends, this is Andrew Phipps, and over the years I was privileged to do a handbook titled Faith, Family, Freedom. You know, America was birthed in freedom. We believe that our history of our development as a nation needs to be promulgated and promoted. This handbook has been made available to members of Congress, governors. It has been made available for state legislatures. It has been purchased at places by churches for the congregants. I think that you would really enjoy this Faith, Family, Freedom Handbook. It has the major features of the American system. It has quotations galore. The pictorial quality is just beyond belief. And the content, I think, if you've ever thought about your faith, your family, your freedom, I think that you would like to have this handbook that is so titled. I think that the information provided will challenge, enlighten, inspire each one of us to be great citizens. You know, our faith is a treasured heritage, not a contemporary experiment. And this is Andrew Phipps. Hello, friends. This is Andrew Phipps, and I believe that we need all of the materials that we can gather to help us as we combat the attack upon our faith, our family, and our freedoms. We need to be educated, and I have a handbook that has been given to state legislatures. It's been given to members of Congress. It's a colorfully created handbook that has graphs, charts, quotes, and different things in it. You'll be impressed with it. And also we have DVDs. We have CDs that are God and Country, Return to Greatness, and Faith, Family, and Freedom, some other wonderful materials. See the contact information on the screen. Be sure that you order some because these will be of a tremendous help. They are supplemental materials to help you in your Christian walk. And may God bless.
There's something special about memories. Like a camera, they bring into focus bygone days, special events, and sights and sounds from another time. Andrew Phipps believes that we never want to lose the snapshots of our heritage, so we invite you to join us as we present the great gospel music of yesteryear while strolling down memory lane together.
Sam Pierce Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this Down Memory Lane segment. They are committed to wonderful memories with friends made over the years, and they want to create more memories, new memories with you, their customers. You are special at Sam Pierce Chevrolet in Daleville, Indiana. Thanks for the memories.
The 16th president led the United States through its most divided and bloody chapter, the Civil War. His theology is subtle, marked by increasing dependence on God in the context of national crisis. Lincoln said, I believe the Bible is the best gift God has ever given man. All the good from the Savior of the world is communicated to us through this book. But for it, we could not know right from wrong. He also said, it is the duty of nations as well as men to recognize the truth announced in Holy Scripture and proven by all of history that those nations only are blessed whose God is the Lord. Another amazing quote of Lincoln is this: "My concern is not whether God is on our side. My great concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right."
Lincoln was no doubt a genius. For example, when he gave the Gettysburg Address, it only had 267 words in it. But a gentleman by the name of Edward Everett, who was also from Illinois, gave a two-hour oration. Later, he remarked that he wished that he could have captured the essence of what Lincoln did in his maybe 3-minute address or less. And you know, when he concluded that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. What a statement.
Abraham Lincoln, of course, we know, was a man of enormous courage because he was presiding over a country that was perhaps even more divided than we are today. But, when you're in that kind of a situation, you expose yourself to great danger.
Nothing can compare to Lincoln's famous speech delivered only 5 weeks before his assassination. This was his second inaugural address, and in it Lincoln quoted Psalm 19:9. "The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether." In this amazing speech, Lincoln quotes from the Bible 4 times and mentions God 14 times and summons prayer 3 times. Perhaps his best paragraph in this speech is this: "With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wound, to care for him who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations." Lincoln's conclusion echoed the teachings of Christ, calling the nation to forgive our enemies, care for the needy, and seek peace. As one author said of him, Lincoln not only knew his Bible, but he also lived in it and was led by it. We can only pray the same for the presidents to come.
If you'd like to have any of our products, we do have a Faith, Family, and Freedom handbook. We have some DVDs. We did one with Pastor Jim Scudder in Washington, D.C. a little over a year ago. It's called Can You Find God in D.C.? I think you will enjoy the beautiful programming that was done in the Jefferson and Lincoln Memorials and other places. If you want any of our products, just call us or get in touch with us as would be indicated there on the screen. Hello, friends. This is Andrew Phipps, and I invite you to join us for our YouTube presentation of Faith, Family, and Freedom. Go to Andrew Phipps. I believe that you will enjoy the presentations that we have on television in many areas, also on radio. Just go to the YouTube Andrew Phipps. Join us as we present Faith, Family, and Freedom. I hope that you enjoy it, and this is Andrew Phipps.
Are you looking for inspiration that uplifts your spirit and strengthens your faith? Join Andrew Phipps on Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom, where we bring you sound biblical teachings.
I think you're going to find the Faith, Family, and Freedom program today challenging.
Powerful testimonies that touch the heart.
The hardest thing that I've ever done in my life was to sit in a hospital room and watch my son die. And there was nothing I could do. And as difficult as it still is, I've never experienced anything that has made me more aware of the love of God.
Gospel music that stirs the soul.
So many times you made the trip with empty water pots and left without enough to fill the smallest one you brought.
And messages that remind us of the values that make our nation strong.
March the 23rd, 1775, Patrick Henry stood in front of the Bruton Parish Church.
Don't miss out. Watch full episodes on YouTube or visit our website to learn more. Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom, where faith, family, and freedom come alive.
In his new book, It's Always a Struggle, But, my dear friend Andrew Phipps delivers his life story straight from the heart, with a fascinating journey of faith, hope, and inspiration, even during the hard times. Andrew shares great stories from some of life's hardest lessons. Adding his own personal homespun humor and God-given wisdom, he encourages us to live life with a servant's heart. It's a great read that will have you inspired and give you an understanding of Andrew's journey as he shares personal stories of his family, his Christian faith, his great love of country, and how the transforming power of God changed the course of his life. It's often said that life gives the test first and the lesson later. Andrew makes an honest effort to help us by sharing his life experiences with humbleness, sincere candor, and his faith in God. We all have been there, those days when life is a struggle. I hope you will enjoy Andrew Phipps' new book, It's Always a Struggle, But. I highly recommend it.
To place your order for It's Always a Struggle, But, simply visit Andrew's website at Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom.org. Order your copy today.
Welcome to the family, you can feel at home here. There's a lot of love that goes beyond these years. There's nothing like the fellowship of those who love the Lord. So welcome to the family, there's always room for more. Welcome to the family, there's always room for more.
Join us every Sunday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on 102.5 FM for the Phipps Gospel Sing. Enjoy the very best gospel music in America. Tune in every Sunday for 2 hours of great gospel singing.
When Dwight Eisenhower in 1952 went and heard the Presbyterian minister preach and used some of those phrases, he called Charlie Halleck out of Indiana and a senator by the name of Everett Dirksen from the great state of Illinois. And they, within 6 months, had added some words to our pledge, our national pledge. A nation under God. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God with liberty and justice for all men. Friends, Andrew Phipps here. I'm a member of Liberty Baptist Church. It's an independent Baptist church. We're just an old-fashioned type of worship. We sing familiar hymns. We have altar of prayer. We are very conservative in the sense we believe the Bible says what it means what it says. And if you would ever want to invite me to come to your place or have an opportunity for me to speak to an assembly, you can get to me by looking at the website Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom.org, or oftentimes the information is right there on the screen. We would relish the opportunity of trying to communicate what we believe the Lord has given to us and has entrusted us to deliver. This is Andrew Phipps. Friends, this is Andrew Phipps, and over the years, I was privileged to do a handbook titled Faith, Family, Freedom. You know, America was birthed in freedom. We believe that our history of our development as a nation needs to be promulgated and promoted. This handbook has been made available to members of Congress, governors, It has been made available for state legislatures. It has been purchased at places by churches for the congregants. I think that you would really enjoy this Faith Family Freedom Handbook. It has the major features of the American system. It has quotations galore. The pictorial quality is just beyond belief. And the content, I think, if you've ever thought about your faith, your family, your freedom, I think that you would like to have this handbook that is so titled. I think that the information provided will challenge, enlighten, inspire each one of us to be great citizens. You know, our faith is a treasured heritage, not a contemporary experiment. And this is Andrew Phipps.
Welcome to 2026. Like many of you, I have already started planning my reading list for the year, and I would like to recommend a special book by a special person. My dad, Andrew Phipps, has written his memoir entitled It's Always a Struggle, but based on his childhood all the way through his adult life and professional career. Add this book to your reading list for 2026. It's Always a Struggle, but by Andrew Phipps.
If you would like to add It's Always a Struggle But by Andrew Phipps to your 2026 reading list, you can purchase the book directly through the website at Phipps-Faith-Family-Freedom. All proceeds support the important work of faith, family, and freedom that Brother Andrew has championed throughout his life.